What's up, fellow Clashers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you the end of our Arranged War versus CW Arena. Shout out to them for a great matchup, a great challenge, and really fun time. So it was real close the whole way. Everything, some amazing attacks on both sides. You can see that WHF Rising was able to pull out the victory at 90 to 87. We did have a perfect war. I think we used every single one of our attacks, if I'm not mistaken. No, we didn't. We didn't use a couple. We got a perfect score with probably about 10 to 15 attacks left over. Just because, I mean, we really brought our A game. They did very decently too. So, in fact, just to say, that to add more to that. I'm going to show a real quick one on what they did to our base, because I think it was my favorite attack of the war of what they did to 3-dot curse. So their number 19, Juggernaut 2.0, comes all the way up from the bottom, to attack this base. I'm going to put it on pause just for a quick second. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to put it on pause. I'm going to go back just to show you what. So basically, it was a 25 Town Hall 9 and 5 Town Hall 8 matchup. Ranged war, like I said. So what they did to our base, our bases, real fast, they were able to 3-star everything but number 14, number 15, and number 20. And then, he was able to 3-star the 5 Town Hall 8s as well. And on our side, we'll get to that, but we had a perfect war, so all their bases were 3-starred. So now back to the scheduled program of Juggernaut 2.0 going against 3-dot curse. A lot of healer walks, Archer Queen walks, Archer Queen, what do you call it when you send them straight in? Charge, Archer Queen charges, a lot of different of that variation. This was interesting because not only was it like an Archer Queen charge, but they brought 9 Valkyries for basically a Valkyrie charge or Valkyrie healing too. So, got a wall breaker, tested wall breaker there. It was really nice because it almost failed. Not quite though. I don't know if that bomb was too low or not. But the Archer Queen is now going to charge into the base. So kind of an Archer Queen walk with a charge. We'll go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. She'll go ahead in here. She'll aggro the king. Get the Clan Castle P.E.K.K.A. Drops 2 poisons because you need to slow her down. That P.E.K.K.A. has to use the ability, because 1 shot from that P.E.K.K.A. equals death to the queen. So the poison does slow the P.E.K.K.A. considerably, but not enough. Sends the Valkyries in here. Does bring 2 jumps and a rage. So these Valkyries are going to do the damage here. Drops a jump and a rage for these Valkyries after they get done with the king. And I said that the queen was going to take her out, take the king out. He did not. The Valkyries did, and the queen, our enemy queen as well. They're on crack. They're running super fast. They did take out all of the air defenses on the top, so these healers can be sent in from up top to go ahead and heal the Valkyries throughout the whole entire attack. They'll go ahead and retake the jump again along with the friendly king and start just busting through the other compartments and then bust through these walls. But 8 or 9 Valkyries will definitely make Swiss cheese out of this base. So they open all the compartments there with their their area of effect swipe. Healers are still healing. Queen is still doing her thing on the bottom, and they're all kind of converging. But those healers are just out of the range of the Valkyries. I'm sorry, the air defenses for that. The queen does get one of those. The queen's healers get to aggro, but she takes that air defense out before it's too late. Drops a jump there, which is absolutely nothing. Those Valkyries are very stubborn. Once they get to get hitting on a wall, I can't speak today. Once they get to hitting on a wall, that's where they're going to stay. They are able to salvage that last the hit on the healer by taking out the AD. So almost all the healers are still up. The lone Valkyrie is still wondering where all of her girlfriends went, and she's just really confused. I mean, she doesn't know where she wants to go. She's up and down all over on this base. Now she decides, hitting a wall is much better than that. But yeah, we're on cleanup. We have cleaned up. It's done. It's a done deal. Very cool attack. Bringing the extra healers in the clan castle for the those Valkyries, and being able to go ahead and heal them throughout the whole thing. pretty much crushed this base. I don't know if that was a first attack. I don't remember. I don't think it was. I think it was a cleanup attack. But regardless, it was awesome. Really props to that. And they had some other fantastic attacks on us. I did get permission from 3Dot to show his base getting 3-starred. I don't like to show ours because sometimes we use them or trade them or whatever like that. So, you know, we won't be able to show any of their attacks against us besides that one. But that one was by far my favorite. A lot of other really good ones with dragons and Laloons and GoHos and Archer Queen walks and charges and everything like that. But you'll see the same from ours. I'm going to do the Town Hall 9 attacks here and try to be as brief. There's so many. I don't want to. I can't really make it too long. And then I'll do a separate one on the 5 Town Hall 8s, which will allow me to go through each one of those, which is pretty cool. And I might end up doing a Who Hit It Best series from this too, because there's just so many attacks that are really nice. So, got to show the first one. Excuse me. You know, a lot of dead bases here, which if you haven't checked out Power Bang's thing on dead bases, I agree with him. I'm not a big fan of dead bases. To me, they really don't do much, and they take up a lot of real estate that doesn't actually impact the time too much, nor, you know, anything else. You know, to each his own. If you're successful with it, if you like them, go for it. But I just don't like dead bases that much, or dead zone bases. So, has a 2 jumps. He's going to really try to push the Shattered Entry way deep with these Valkyries. Bring in a GoVaHo here. Already done the funnel. Has a heal for him and a rage for them as well, or the hogs, whatever he feels like. Uses poison for those tier 1 and the witch in the clan castle. And they're taking care of that. Great army, you know, to go against that with Valkyries, because they'll tear through tier 1 non-flying clan castle units. Sends the hogs in there once the queen has been down and they've taken care of the clan castle. And both the king and queen are doing some serious damage. Hogs is going to use up that heal, the giant bomb, probably a cleanup attack, I believe, with some skelly traps there too. All those defenses on the bottom are all pointed at the king and queen and Valkyries, so those hogs will basically skate through like ninjas and just get all these defenses without even being touched, which is the way to do it. Loses some to spring traps. It has no more heals, but it doesn't need them. Tons and tons of hogs. I mean, a bazillion amount of hogs left over here. So we'll go ahead and fast forward this as they'll all race to see who they can clean up the fastest. Basically just hit through walls, and these hogs will go ahead and finish up everything with the king and queen and those wizards. So very, very nice attack. Also very nice to see a non-queen walk or a non-queen charge in one of these attacks. Number 2, we're going to go ahead and check out. We're going to check out Big Einstein taking out their number 2. And he's going to bring a queen. I think it's a queen walk and not a queen charge. I don't know, either one. But he's going to go ahead and bring this out. The queen will start all the way on the bottom. Brings a GoVaHo again with the golems and Valkyries and hogs. I think just one golem. So we'll go ahead and see that in a second. Tesla's popping. Queen is doing a walk. Let's see if he uses wall breakers to get in. No, just tanks with the giant for that. But tons of point defenses, that Tesla farm there, and starts funneling on the top side with the wizard. Drops a golem in from the top, wall breakers where it's safe, test wall breaker, and then the other wall breakers that will go ahead and chew through that wall and make it a little bit further, and then it gets shot down by the Expo. Queen is going to be walking all the way on the bottom, taking out everything that she can. Drops the clan castle, golem, max golem, and the king behind with wizards funneling, and has to wait till that funnel get that last gold storage down. Look at this. And this is what happens when you don't funnel, and the Valkyries just start walking. The king will bring them in, and in fact the king will bring the other king out. Queen is still walking on the bottom, but those Valkyries are doing a walk, so has to use the jump to get that king back in there. At least some order in what's going on. That P.E.K.K.A. is going to cause damage. Definitely a big deal. It's going to nail that king, and he'll have to rage up. And I don't know if he makes it through. I guess he does beat through. Finally, that P.E.K.K.A. do so much damage to kings and queens. So I think all those Valkyries are dead. They paid the price for wandering off and getting out of line. But you got to funnel properly. Oh, there's a couple Valkyries in there, so never mind. There's still some, but got to get that funneling down. Otherwise, those Valkyries will walk. Queen still doing her thing on the bottom. the healers are getting taken out by that air defense. The Hogs getting slammed by that giant bomb, but they'll go ahead and get the healer will switch out to them and give them some love, which is pretty cool about healers when you want them to, but they do that when you don't want them to as well. So Queen uses her ability. King's already used his ability. We are in cleanup mode. Very, very nice attack. Good 3 stars. Again, I wish I could show everybody's. I'm going to skip to number 4 and check out Doe's Jr.'s attack. I've watched this so many times. I'm probably stupid. I can't find the Tesla farm anywhere. I do see one Tesla pop. I don't know if what I'm doing wrong here, but I'm going to go ahead and check this thing out again for like the 3rd or 4th time. I watched it and I keep saying, where are those Teslas? I don't know how I'm missing it. But brings a stone entrance with a max golem with a queen behind it, and then the 2 from his own, or so far just one dropped of his own, has another golem in the bag whenever he needs it. Drops a couple hogs to go ahead and pick up these point defenses that are focused on the golems and the other kill squad. So they're going and doing their thing. There goes the 1 Tesla popping right there, and drops another golem to tank for that and complete that semi-funneling. Clan Castle comes out, no poison for this, so drops his king in there to do more kind of tanking, because obviously it's not going to be able to throw its sword up there and kill those things, but that would be awesome if it could. Rages up the kill squad to go ahead and get in there and take out that Clan Castle, which they are doing. Queen is kind of focusing on something else, so she finally gets aggro on that dragon. Now they're going to go ahead and aggro on this enemy queen, and the queen will start firing on the king, and I guess she'll start shooting the wall, which is kind of weird. The other queen goes, oh, the friendly queen says, you're hitting my king, I'll go over there and hit you. So such violence in Clash of Clans. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and send the hogs in now that that enemy queen is down. And again, I am totally just missing where these Teslas are. I just don't see them popping anywhere. I don't know if they only have 1 Tesla or if I just missed. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's why, because they're troll Teslas up in the top. Never mind, my bad. So I finally see them pop. Yeah, and he takes out those Teslas with the loons, and they do basically 2-for-1 trade each one of them. So that's pretty cool. So not bad. Okay, that makes me feel much better. So those hogs are finishing up on that air defense. Have 1 more shot from the mortar, but they will escape it and jump over there and take it out. And then it's basically time for cleanup. There we go. Nice split between the loons, the hogs. Everybody's split, and we're still taking out. Golem is banging on the wall because that's what they do. And we got a 3-star there. So very, very nice attack. 6-star war for Doe's Jr. Probably for a lot more people that, again, I might be missing. Yeah, so don't mean to do that at all. We'll go ahead and I think we're going to skip this base. Not that it wasn't an awesome attack, but again, it's another queen walk, queen charge with GoVaHo, which is what we use most of the time. Let's check out, because it's Rampo's first actual queen walk in a 3-star queen walk in a war. So pretty cool, very, very nice. Does a queen walk around the north side of the base. So nicely done, and really getting a lot better with these attacks, and the queen walk's getting more comfortable with it, and it comes from practice. I'm doing the same thing, and you know, give him total props for working on it. He's been doing a lot of farming with Super Queen and practicing, you know, real like compositions of war compositions with golems and hogs and everything, the same as he's using here. So he's getting much more comfortable with it, and it shows. It's fantastic. It's really cool. So good job, man. So we'll go ahead and fast forward this for a while. He's going to go ahead and send the golems in from the top in the 9 o'clock positions and kind of work his way in there. I don't know if he's even sent the wall breakers in there yet, but it has 1 jump, 1 rage, and 2 heals. So still, you know, needed to jump them or break in with the wall breaker, something like that, because that golem is getting completely pounded on. So, you know, we'll just kind of be patient here. I guess he had a wall breaker fail that I missed. So, you know, go ahead and jump that in or something like that, and let them pound through the other walls. But There we go. That jump finally goes down under rage, takes that out. So even with that misstep, still gets the 3 stars. You know, the walk was fine. It's just the other part that was a little sloppy, but that's fine. Everything, it happens as long as you get the 3 stars. Drops the poison a little late too, but Queen's doing her thing. The healers are going to basically toggle between the king and the golem. Right now they're on the golem, healing it back up, which is tanking for the expo. That queen walks into a huge mess of a quad Tesla in that semi-core, and needs the hogs to go ahead and clean that thing up there. Drops the heal there for that thing, and for that quad Tesla, and the hogs are healed all the way back up to full, so almost like nothing there. Has still 1 more heal left over. That the golem is tanking for the queen, being healed up, so it's basically back to full health again. Pretty neat stuff. Hogs who run into another giant bomb and are completely healed up to full, so he's got a bunch of full health hogs, and we are in complete cleanup mode. So very nice attack, especially when things didn't go well. Very nice improvisation, and get those 3 stars there. Very nice attack. So let's go ahead and check out the other one from Doze Jr. As he's going to use a quad quake. I don't think we've seen a quad quake yet, so go ahead and take that. Again, we got the 6 stars from Doze Jr. Quad quake's in there. Let's go ahead and speed things up. Drops 2 golems, start tanking one of the defenses, and makes everything else come out of the clan castle. Rages up the clan, not the clan castle. Rages up his kill squad to go ahead and get in there, take out these defenses, and hopefully take out that last balloon as well. Golems are tanking for everything, and drop some trickles in some hogs to go ahead and take these defenses out, 1 for 1 or 2 for 1 or whatever for something. So very nicely done there, pushing their way through the core. Has no jumps or anything like that, so they've made it in as far as they can. It's up to the hogs to go ahead and jump the walls and take care of the rest. They do have 2 heals that they're going to be able to be sporting, and uses 1 of them here. They do go flying, but he has 11 more hogs left over that he can still deploy, so that's going to be something that's crushed this base. They'll go ahead and hit a giant bomb there. Pretty patient on that next heal. Very nicely done while it was focused on that golem. They can walk right into the heal without having to misplace it, so that was very nicely done. And that's something that I've had to learn too, is don't panic and heal right on top of those hogs that have been hit by a giant bomb, only if they're under a splash defense or something, but try to get it to where they're going to walk into. They do pick a fight with the enemy king, and that enemy king just goes and bullies them, but the queen will go ahead and take care of him, and everybody else but the hogs, since there's no hogs there, will do the cleanup attack. All right, so I wish I wish I did a little bit more research on these things. I didn't get a chance to watch all these or remember all of them that were done. Let's watch a GoVaHo Laloon. So, okay, GoVaHo Laloon. From Huck, I have got to get over. We have a family scrim that we're going to have 50 versus 50 of internal family scrim that I have to get to, but I wanted to get these videos before Supercell either wipes it out or I would have no more access to them, since we're going into another clan. We've actually created 2 new clans for our family scrim, and he's going to go ahead and route these golems in with those wall breakers using he hasn't used his quad quake yet, so he used wall breakers again in the first compartment. Has 2 rages, a heal, and a quad quake. Sends those Valkyries in, perfect funneling, nowhere else for them to run but here, and waiting for that quad quake. So there we go, it's being dropped there and opens that full core, drops a heal, drops a rage. Very nicely done. And they're going to go ahead and pound that queen in 1 shot, and she is out of there. The enemy king is already down, and queen's doing damage, firing it on these defenses, and the kill squad's walking through. The Valkyries are slicing through that town hall, and has 13 loons on the back end, but can send those loons in now because they're way out of that air defense range. Knows he needs to get the other 2, or actually the other 1, and that lava hound will go ahead and tank for those loons coming in. So the queen does get that final archer air defense down, besides the one that's being tanked by the lava hound, and all we need to do is get down and get funky and get that other AD, which those loons are coming over. The queen will aggro on those. Oh, well, they don't need to. The lava pups clean up those skelly traps. and we just need to get past these Teslas and wizard towers, but that queen would be able to take them as well. So the queen is going to go ahead and get fired on, but tank for those loons, and those loons will tank for her, and I don't know, and whatever you call it, and they'll go ahead and they'll do the opposite tanking. Queen will tank for the loons, loons will tank for queen, and they'll all be happy. They'll do cleanup, and then we'll be done. So very, very nice attack. All right. Yeah, let's check this. I worked with Trainwreck to go ahead and do this attack. We're going to do a queen walk here with GoHo, and you know, the queen is going to come in from the top, and basically, oh, you know what? This is not the one. I lied. This is not the one that I worked with him on. Nope. So I'm sorry. We'll back out. This is the one I worked with him on, number 10. So the queen will start walking from the bottom and walk towards the north, and actually will take a wrong turn. She's supposed to be going to the south, but she'll make she should have turned at Albuquerque, and she goes north instead. So he's trying to force with that wizard there to get her to go south. She starts to go south a little bit, takes out this spell factory, takes out this cannon, and then decides to walk. Even trying to funnel that with that wizard tower, but it's too late. She's going to start walking up, and once she has her mind on something, she is set on doing that, and she's going to walk up. So awesome improvisation on here, and I think you got a lot more value of her walking up north anyway. So we'll go ahead and hit all these point defenses, so something's got to be done here. So it's probably going to drop, I think, yeah, drop the rage there with all those point defense, especially with that Tesla farm there. And I love how, look at that. That queen is down on below life support and still does not use the ability yet. Just really, really nicely done. Send some hogs in there to get rid of that giant bomb pathing and to go ahead and take out that Tesla that's firing on the queen. Finally, it still hasn't used the ability. There we go. Uses the ability. And at this point, the queen is down. No, the queen is not down. The air defenses are down and still firing a lot more. Uses the two golems, start getting towards that queen, the enemy queen, and brings a jump, a rage, and a heal. Has already used one of the rages for the queen, but it doesn't look like he's going to have to use any more rages for her because there's really not too much more point defense to go on here. So the king and the golems are going to take that jump. That king is going to go ahead and lock on to the enemy queen under rage, smack her down in one hit. There we go. She is down. Rages himself or uses his ability to go ahead and push through that expo that's firing on him. And still has tons of units left over. Has a loon, has a couple hogs left over, which he sends in from the bottom. Uses all those things on those non-point defenses, so they're going to do nothing to these hogs whatsoever. The expo is focused on the tanking wizard, which he will now use a heal, his last and final spell, to go ahead and take out that expo and heal through the king's pounding, and then finally get done with that air defense, and then take on the wizard tower and the cannon. So right now, this is pretty much crushed. That loon is helping with cleanup. Queen is still full health and you know, being healed. So she'll go ahead against that king, and the hogs will help and jump in and take care of him with the queen. And then they only need to clean up that altar, which is toasty. It's all done. Very nice attack. All right, let's just pick up a couple more. Let me just look through these things because I didn't get a chance. Just a very weird dead space base. Does a queen walk, I think, all the way from the side, the left-hand side, all the way down around. Very, very nice attack. But again, we've seen queen walks. We have a lot more to go through. And we'll just pick up some of the type of attacks we haven't seen yet. Again, another healer walk on this base as well. And I'm not sure if he uses some on the Valkyries, just like that number 3. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. Queen is doing the queen walk. Clan Castle, poisoned. Has to use a rage, you know, for that dragon and the loon. drops a golem in there. A golem is being healed, so I guess it's not going to be a Valkyrie here. It's going to be a golem heal, and just one for a stone entrance. That wizard's doing some funneling there, and that golem is holding his own. Drops some hogs in there with a heal that's in the bag if he needs it. Drops a jump there for that king and the golem. They will run into a quad Tesla farm here. Queen is getting under fire with some point defenses, focusing on that storage, and uses the heal there to try to push through that. King is full. Golem is not quite full, but still getting healed. And there is one more heal up. The queen is still getting hit with the Expo, but helping out with that, taking care of that. And then some hogs on the back end to take care of these last defenses to trigger a giant bomb, but not enough to take care of it. So we are in cleanup mode. Very, very nice attack on number 12. Some Valkyries still left over, pushing through the base, getting healed. Everybody's getting healed. Everybody's getting love here. So those healers are showing the love on all these units. So let's go move on to the next. Let's see. Einstein with a 6-star war, very nice. So let me take a look at this composition. All right, quad quake, nice. Against number 14. Yeah, let's check this one out because it has some dragons in there, and we haven't really seen dragons too much. I know they used some dragons, and I think we used some dragons on other attacks. These will be suicide dragons here. They'll get the aggro on the queen right now. Rage up, 2 hits, 1, 2, boom. They're all done. These 3 dragons totally demolished her. It sends a Laloon in there under rage, which isn't going to get too much against that sweeper. But, you know, it's time to start the rest of the raid here. Brings a bunch of hogs on the back end out of 18. Sends the kill squad in from up top. The queen and, you know, the king will be sent in just a little bit, I'm sure. Drops a jump, has 2 heals left over. There we go. There's the king. Clan Castle is there. Has 2 poisons to deal with them. Very nice drop. A couple of them do get away from that poison, but that's fine. Has another one just in case if they need to use it, as they are focused on that golem. Dropped the poison a little outside of where they stopped, but that's fine. Queen's taking care of the rest of them, and then starts to trickle on these hogs to do surgical type of deployment on where the defenses are focused on the kill squad and trying to get the 1-for-1, 2-for-1, 3-for-1 type of deals. So sends them up at the top. Still has his 2 heals left over. Golemites are tanking that Expo and doing some damage to it. These hogs will come in and one swipe it and get done. Sends the rest of the hogs there standing in heals for that first heal, and then they need to push through the rest of the base. Keeping that other heal for the Tesla, kind of bad luck as that, you know, they hit that giant bomb right outside in between the 2 heals. But they'll go ahead and make their way through the rest of this base. Have a lot to deal with, a lot of defense, 3 Teslas and an Expo to go push through. But he also has the dragon there as well if they need some help. And all the air defense is down except for the sweeper. And Dragon's still helping with cleanup, so we are almost done with this base. Very, very nice attack by Mini Matino. Good job. All right. All right, check out King of the North, taking on number 15, and we just have a couple more that we'll look at. This one also had dragons, and I like this because it was almost down to the wire. I almost like blindly clicking to see if they're actually going to complete this because this was, I didn't know if he was going to pull out the 3-star with the amount that was left. But uses quad quake or zap quake to go ahead and take out that AD and weaken the walls there. And is going to bring 6 dragons and a shattered entry to get in up top. And you know, try to take out those air defenses. There's 3 air defenses right there for the picking. After that zap quake was taken, the 4th one down. So that kill squad should be able to go ahead and get in those compartments and take these things out. Drops the queen in there to complete the funneling. Drops the king in there to do it just as well. And has no jump to help them get in. So that king will start banging on the wall instead of taking the easy way. Needs to drop the poison down there for the P.E.K.K.A. But thank goodness the wizards are standing in front of her. and basically taking the shield and taking the brunt as that P.E.K.K.A will smack that queen and knock her all the way down to almost nothing with one hit, and that is dangerous. They do trip a giant bomb up top, trip giant bombs down south, and now starts to deploy these dragons in here. Need to take out that last air defense, and fortunately there is no defenses for that queen to really worry about as far as taking that air defense out until she gets to the cannons. So she's rerouting back in here, shoots out that mortar, and now she's got to worry about the expo. So that king will start banging through. The rages up the dragons to push through that mortar, and hopefully somebody will get that air defense. There we go. There's our dragon. We'll just get hit by that black seeking mine. It's just not enough to take out that air defense. So it's on life support and barely made it, but we'll get through that. And there are 4 or 5 dragons left and a whole bunch of stuff. That king is just about to go down. That dragon does not make it through the Tesla. So at this point, I'm thinking, wow, this is a tough thing to go through. Does have some 4 balloons for the back end, which I think is what one of the things that kind of saves this raid. Having those extra 3 wizards and 4 loons for backup. But these dragons are definitely on life support, and the expo is pointed down, so it makes a little bit of difference. So they do take some of the bombs that were intended for the dragon. Tank for the dragons as a change for the dragons, tanking for the loons, which is kind of nice. And that's what they needed to soak up those black seeking mines and to make it through. But they're going to go ahead and get through that last archer tower and be able to fly away and tell the tale. Nice attack. All right, just a couple more. Let me just check it. I think this is another queen walk. Yes, very nice. Act with a 6-star war, very nice. GoVaHo, we've seen that. I think it's ironic that Laloonian doesn't get Laloonian. Apollyon coming up very, very high from number 24 is going to hit this base with a quad quake GoHo, and we'll go ahead and fast forward this to as the entrance. No lure entrance goes and uses his stoned entrance. Finally sends those wall breakers on the bottom after all of the compartments were clear. So I don't know if you noticed that because I fast forwarded, but he had to wait till all those compartments were clear. Otherwise, those wall breakers would have definitely gone into one of the other ones, those side compartments, and knocked and opened one of those. Does have a Tesla farm here so far, at least 2 of them that we see. I think there's a little bit more up top, but starts trickling in those hogs while they're focused on the kill squad. Golems and queen doing damage up on the bottom. Hogs are standing in heals to make it through some of these defenses, and has to send some more hogs in. Still has 8 more after these are sent in, and they'll push their way through. Has 2 more heals though, so it's quite a bit. Needs to heal those hogs up with that splash damage. Those skelly traps and wizard towers will do damage to them. And queen's still making it through. King is pounding on that poor golem, just taking it. And there still is 1 more heal, but that golem will trip. I think it was a double giant bomb, if not at least 1 single giant bomb. Yeah, double giant bomb set, which leaves the path for those hogs that are coming in there, lets them get healed. And look at how many skellies are there. They are definitely getting pounded on. The hogs are getting pounded on by those skelly traps. And then the king just goes ahead and kicks them while they're down. They will get their revenge, and they will go ahead and take the king out and then start to clean up. So very, very nice attack. Way to hit up. And has the extra wall breaker he didn't even need. So nicely done. All right, another GoVaHo with jump. That's awesome. I think Lady did the same thing with Suicide Dragons up top, and comes in with kind of a 1-for-1 trade there with a loon. So that dragon, both of those dragons will get super quick aggro on that queen, and take her out, and then they'll trigger the clan castle there. The queen is sent in with the shattered entry up top, and still holding back that king. So we'll go ahead and fast forward this. As they make their way through, it's time to send the hogs in. The queen has already been down for quite some time, and the kill squad is kind of running out of steam, so it's time to send those hogs in. Nothing's going to be able to tank for them, and we'll get those hogs in from the bottom. Heals up, has 2 more heals left over. That golem is tanking for that those hogs on the bottom. Send some more hogs in, and that's the extent of the hogs. Still has 1 more heal though, where they all will converge towards the bottom. There we go. Needs to push through as the queen is taking out the bottom part, and we're almost done. There we go. Defenses are down. Drops poison on the king and is able to take him out quick, and now we're just in cleanup mode. Again, I do apologize for going quickly through this, but we really had a lot to cover. 6 stars for Lady. We'll go ahead and skip this. Was nice. It had some witches there, but we'll go ahead and Mini Matino had a 6-star war. Very, very nice. Another Dead Space base. Another GoVaHo, and I think Huckles did a regular GoHo on this one. Yeah. So I'll just show my attack on their 25, and then we'll wrap it up. So you know, I'm the lowest on their on our roster as far as Town Hall 9, so I get to hit their lowest. Actually, I get to pick anything I want, but I'm just going to go ahead with GoVaHo low. So I'll go ahead and bring some loons for point defenses, send in a shattered entry, and that golem will decide to walk all the way down to that mortar. No big deal though. It's going to go ahead and tank for quite some time. It'll aggro that the clan castle. Did not drop a poison, which poor golem. I should have dropped that in 3 years ago, but there is like a bazillion amount of archers taking out that golem, and they will get taken out by the poison. But that's fine. Send my Valkyries in from the top, which get vaporized with a jump. Rage up the kill squad, help push through this base. Use the ability on the queen. Unfortunately, did not need to, but it was running a little bit low with the aggro. Was going to take out that cannon anyway. Send the loons in from the bottom for 1-for-1 trades up at top and on the bottom there. So they'll go ahead and get some of those cannons and mortars that we're talking about, and then it's time to go ahead and send the hogs in while there is a mini kill squad going in, still pushing through the base. I'll go ahead and send a surgical type of hog deployment in from the top left and the bottom left, and all meet up. Still have 2 more heals left over. There is a Tesla farm there, max Tesla farm. Hit the giant bomb, and this is a fresh hit, so did not know where all the giant bombs were. So pretty nice heal there, and have another heal left over, of which I do not need to use. So I will go ahead and swag that as my queen took out their king, and it's time to go ahead and clean up the base. So we'll go ahead and swag the heal, swag the poison, and collect my 3 stars. I did a Laloon on the number 24 base, and I didn't get the air defense that I wanted to, so that ended that out, and I ended up with a 2-star, like an 89 or 90%. So it happens. Is just you know, whatever. But again, sorry for the length of the video. Some really awesome attacks. Fantastic war. A lot of fun. A lot of planning. You know, a special thanks to everybody that put this together. It's not easy to put together arranged wars, and you know, on both sides, from CW Arena and from WHF Rising, we really appreciate that, and we look forward to having a rematch, I'm sure, in the near future. And good luck to you guys on the rest of your clan wars. Hopefully, you're able to take these attacks, you know, watch them, get used to the composition, get used to the deployment. Go ahead and practice, get your 3-star attacks in, and get your 6-star wars. 6-star war. Wars, Star Wars. Get your 6-star Wars. There we go.